Pack your bags and come with me to Walt Disney World.
Off we go to somewhere where the weather is significantly nicer. See, taking our first ride of the trip, and then, of course, going under the arches as you enter the property. We stayed this time around at Port Orleans Riverside. It was our very first time ever staying here, and we really enjoyed ourselves. It's a cool New Orleans themed sort of bayou uh, resort, and we loved it right down to the small details that they had in our rooms. Of course, you had to have some jambalaya when you get there because you do as you do in New Orleans. On our first park day, we went to Epcot because that's sort of the park we always seem to go to on our first park day. Of course, the beautiful spaceship Earth. There's so many fun things to do at Epcot. Soarin' is definitely one of our favorites. We had great seats for this ride this year. Of course, Remy, always a must. And we finished up the night with a nice little light show on Spaceship Earth. And for the next day, we headed over to Magic Kingdom. This is by far my favorite park of them all. I could go to this park for every day that we're down there because it's just so much fun. Of course, at Magic Kingdom, we always love to do some of the classics like Pirates of the Caribbean. That is my favorite ride of them all. We also have to check out the backside of water on the Jungle Cruise. Of course, the Haunted Mansion as well. Of course, beware of those hitchhiking ghosts. And one of my favorite new rides is Tron. It is such a fun ride, such a unique ride vehicle. And as you can see, I was having a pretty darn good time. This is just such a fun ride, and I do it every single time we go. Of course, you have to do the People Mover and the Carousel of Progress. You got to do the classics when you go to Magic Kingdom. And then we ended the night with a partially obstructed view of the fireworks, but we've seen them a bunch of times, so it was okay that we didn't get to see the full view. On Wednesday, we had a rest day, so we kind of explored our resort a little bit. We also jumped on the boat and headed over to Disney Springs, which is the shopping district at Walt Disney World. Picked up, of course, all of our souvenirs for the year. Also took in the views of the new Polynesian Island Tower. Got a tour through that. That was very, very cool. And then the next day, we were back at the parks, this time at Animal Kingdom. This is a park that my son loves to go to because he loves the Pandora area. He loves Avatar Flight of Passage, so we always have to make sure to do that. Also went on a safari, got to check out some of the animals. The lions and tigers were kind of hiding this time around, so we didn't get to see too much of them, but we did get to see the giraffes and rhinos. Then we hopped on the Skyliner and headed over to the Riviera Resort, where we decided to have dinner away from our hotel for the night, and it was absolutely delicious. And then on our final park day, we headed over to Hollywood Studios, where we got to ride Slinky Dog Dash for the first time in a couple of years. Also, we got to have the Hollywood Tower of Terror. This was Ben's very first time ever on there, and he had a blast. He loved it so much. Of course, we also have to do all of the Star Wars stuff and had the characters walking around right by us. We also had to say goodbye to some old favorites like Muppets Courtyard and Muppet Vision 3D, as well as Rock and Roller Coaster with Aerosmith. By the time we come back next time, those rides will all be gone and new ones will be going up in their place. We always love to do Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. This is our family favorite and tends to be usually the last ride we end up doing. So all in all, we had great park days. The weather was absolutely perfect. I don't think it rained once. And of course, I got my Mickey ice cream bar. Now it's just time to head back to the resort, kind of gather ourselves, and then get ready for the saddest ride of them all of the trip, and that is the ride back home, both to the airport and the flights back to Des Moines. But nonetheless, we're going to come home with a lot of great memories. Hey, thanks for tagging along.